I have a friend, and she has a story that she wanted to share about the impact of community. Her name's Kyla. Would you invite Kyla as she comes up to share her story? All right, here you go. There's some friendly people here.
There's a lot of people here.
Yeah, it's great. They would love to hear your story.
Is this thing on?
Yeah, you're on. Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to share a little bit about community and my previous experience with it and my current experience with it. Very long story short, I was part of a church for a really long time, 10 years, 10, 12 years, and had a super negative experience. I was asked to leave that church when I was about 17 years old for reasons that were completely not valid. I was also part of a dance studio at the same time who involved a lot of those same people and was also asked to leave that dance studio, as well as my home. That year, my parents also kicked me out. So I had this wonderful community that I had built for what was my entire childhood, my entire life, and then was just ripped away from me as a teenager. So I struggled for a really long time wanting to be a part of any kind of community, especially a church one. I just didn't trust anybody. I didn't feel like any of it was genuine. I felt like I knew those people, and those were people that were for me, and then, they betrayed me. And so I spent another 10 years just running away from church.
And what was your take on your relationship with God to continue after that time?
I thought that I was doing great. I thought that the 10 years that I was not going to church, I was like, I can still live for Jesus, and I can still have a relationship with God. I don't need people. I don't need a community. I can do it by myself. In fact, I'm going to do it by myself because I trust no one.
Right. And rightly so. Like, we all get that. Like, if that was our experience, we all would have a similar reaction going, you just got, the world blew up, and you're like, I'm not trusting anybody right away. Yeah.
So that was very not accurate. And I did a lot of stupid stuff for a long time. I had an eating disorder. I had an alcohol problem. I had every issue that you could have because I was just running from church and from God and from all of that. But then I have a very persistent friend that goes here that asked me to go to church for, I don't even know how long, a long time. And I was like, no, I'm cool. I don't need anything to do with that. I don't want to go. I am not going. And she would not stop. So I came.
Like 3 times asked, or 30 times, or like 300?
Like 300.
Yeah, all right.
Like every week. And I was like, no, it's not happening. So I finally came, and I did exactly what you said, where you'd come in late, and then you leave.
Yeah.
Someone talks to you, and you're like, I don't speak English. I don't know.
Right, I got to go.
Like, don't.
Yeah, you fake a heart attack so you can get out.
Yes.
Yeah, you're like, I think it's a stroke. I'm
Sit
going to
in
be...
the back. I had my face was like, please don't talk to me, which I don't mean to do that anymore. Sometimes I still do, but that's beside the point. And so I did that for a long time. I would come, and I would just sit and only talk to her and her family, and she's like super social, so it was kind of hard because she had friends that wanted to talk to me, and I was like, I don't know about that. But eventually, people grow on you. So it was good. And then she was like, okay, next step, you're going to come to a small group with us. And I was like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I don't want to. I'm not doing it. Obviously, I gave into that too. And I wish that people that are in our small group could share right now what my first experience was like. I mean, you could. But,
I was there. Yeah.
I told them probably 14 different times during that night that I did not want to be there. I was like, I don't like you guys. I don't want to be here.
No, we remember.
You guys
Yeah. You're like, I'm not coming back. This is horrible. I hate you all. This is horrible. And we just smiled and said, okay.
I don't know why you guys wanted me to come back.
Because we need community, and so we all need each other.
So they got me to come back, and I think it was more of like they were like, all right, like challenge accepted. You're going to like us. And
well.
now I love them.
Yeah.
So.
Well, how do you not? I mean,
Okay.
All right. So talk to us about just being in community now. I mean, it's been quite a while.
Yeah, I've
year
only been
and
at
a half.
church for 2 years and in small group for maybe a year.
Yeah, okay.
And now,
How's life different now?
Now I can't imagine not having this group of people that, I mean, like, these are people that we just do life together. I can text them at 10 o'clock at night or call them and they answer. They open their homes to me when I need them. I texted the group yesterday and was like, can you guys pray that I don't puke or pass out on stage?
Hey,
tonight?
look
And
at
they
God
were
is
like, yeah.
answering prayers. Look at
I
that.
got you, and I haven't yet. So, no, it's just, it healed my heart. It healed that part of my heart to have this new community and rewrite that story and that view that I had of community, specifically church community.
Yeah.
And then I've also had, since I have opened myself up to church and to relationships, had some of those relationships from my previous experience also restored. I just spent a weekend with some of those people last weekend, which is something I never, ever thought would happen, so.
But God's a good God and he redeems.
It's gotta be God.
It's got to be God. Would you give Kyla a big hand? Thank you.